A story by actor-author Ilya Lavrov, David's friend, from the book Heart Scars. 1969. A little house in Border Street. I normally hang around Dodya, in his shabby little house, with its windows nearly touching the ground. The poplars are murmuring over the house. The wooden boards on its roof had turned green. Dodya's father, Isai Lazarovich, works as a custodian for a team of wall and brush painters. Very deaf, he lives in a world of profound silence. Not a single sound interferes with his deep speculation. He seems to me absorbed in some important and mysterious thoughts, because he cannot understand those addressing him immediately. He looks at them with a sad and somewhat guilty and bashful smile. For him to hear people, they should shout with all their might. So there is uproar in the house from morning till night. Dodya roars. His mother, fat heavy Anna Grigoryevna, screams, and the visiting neighbors shout too. And only Isai Lazarovich himself, small, slim, with an apologizing smile, speaks simply in a low voice. He's a philosopher. He likes to teach us, talking about the meaning of life, about honor and good conscience. He quotes different maxima from the Bible and from the front page articles of the Pravda newspaper. He often instills some homey wisdom in our minds. Never borrow and never lend. Do not bind a dog with a chain of sausages. You cannot hold 3 watermelons on one palm of hand. He says so and looks at us with special meaning and triumphantly, raising his index finger in front of his face. However, the philosopher gets confused when his wife enters. She is his commander. Noisy and giggly Anna Grigoryevna was born in Ukraine, and the Poltava region is the blessed country for her. We often tease her, claiming that Siberia is more beautiful, larger and richer. She yells at us and sometimes drives us into the backyard, flailing our backs with a towel. Anna Grigoryevna is a dedicated housewife and a passionate mother, devoted to her family and her little house. Like an old soldier, is loyal to the banner of his regiment. Now and then, she shouts, driving sparrows and cats from her tiny vegetable garden, or scolds the city authorities for nasty saleswomen palming off foul eggs to her. For hooligans, perish them, breaking out a board from her fence, and 4 crazy lions in front of the public baths. Shopping on the market for a bunch of leek or dill takes her, if not a whole day, half a day, for sure. David and I have seen more than once her, waving her arms among the market crowd, tell somebody in exultation about Ukraine, about Poltava sunflowers and watermelons, trying to beat over Siberia. Then she would start blaming profiteers for robbing the working people and for the state of workers, and peasants for the fact that there are no ropes and bath bunches in the shops, no matter how hard she tried. This is not all. Anna Grigoryevna would leave the market and encounter something unusual. For example, a funeral procession. For some reason, she often encountered funeral processions. In this case, her heart melts. She breaks into tears, and she joins the procession and walks with it. Finding out the name of the dead man, where he worked, and who the survivors are. Weeping all the time, as if the dead man were her relative. She comes home swollen with tears, with the headache. And, if we run into her, she begins to tell us the details of the dead man's life. This time worrying about our destiny. You guys do not take care of yourselves. You lick raw water, do not want to drink milk, and are lazy to button up your coat in the cold time. It's so easy to catch a disease this way. And then your mother gets blind because of tears. Dodya embraces his stomach, grimaces, moans and yells. Anna Grigoryevna, I swear to drink milk and to eat yogurt beginning with morning. I will even sleep with my coat on, not to catch a cold. Still in tears, Anna Grigoryevna begins to roar with laughter. I am amused by this couple, madly in love with their only son. They are trying to keep him to themselves, as if he were a baby. How many times Dodya has to fight for his freedom, trying to slip away from home. They make a fuss, trying to find out where he is going and when he will come back. Finally, stunned Dodya is galloping away from home, and his parents' shouts are following him. Do not get hit by a car. Do not get into a fight. Do not smoke, baby. Tobacco is harmful. Together, they yell, button up. They follow their son outdoors. Wait, wait. Have some more milk. Dodya and I run away. So it was today. As usual, I wake up at night because somebody is thrashing on the window shutter. Wake up. Isai Lazarovich is drumming with his stick, says my mom, yawning. They have lost David again. Putting on my coat, I go out. Under the window, in the frosty darkness, Dodka's father is standing. His face is muffled up with a scarf, his fur collar is up, and he is holding a cane. Where is Dodya? Isai Lazarovich is asking me through the muffler. I don't know, I yell. After the cinema, he went home. Listen, Ilya, get dressed. We have to look for him. Anna Grigoryevna is terribly worried. She is crying outdoors. David promised us to come back at 10, and now it's 2 o'clock in the morning. Let's go. I am begging. You know better where he may be. Why are you worrying? He will come. I am convincing him loudly. Well, I know. There are different cases. Isai Lazarovich is worried. He may be hit by a car, stabbed by hooligans, slop on the ice, and break his leg. Different things may happen. Please, let's go. Cursing Dodka's tricks, I get warmly dressed, and here we are walking into the icy darkness of the empty street, past the houses dumped in snow. Waving his cane, Isai Lazarovich is loudly relating the plan of actions. If he hasn't come, we will call the militia and the medical emergency. We can also go to save her. From afar, I see Anna Grigoryevna at the gate, dressed in a coat with a thick checkered shawl over it. Scoundrels, rascals, you run around at night. Where is Dodka? She rushes forward to us. I don't know. I don't know. I scream. He doesn't know. Isai Lazarovich shouts even louder. Because of this noise, guard dogs begin to bark in the neighboring yards. I am extremely worried all night. Oh, I'll get mad. It looks like all parents are crazy people. The voice of Anna Grigoryevna is louder than ours. What shall I do? What? One of my eyes is blind in W. Blind because of this rascal. Where could he go? Where? I cannot bear it. Something must have happened to him. Give him to me. Give me. Or else I will walk around the city calling him. Yelling. Anna Grigoryevna tries to tear her coat on her bosom. You are wrong. Somebody will hear. Oh, my heart is thrashing. Anna Grigoryevna cries, tossing her stout body here and there like a mother bear. She has already stamped deep ruts in the snow. In response to the persuasion that follows, she moans, groans, and, flailing her walking stick, tries to run somewhere. Oh dear, let's go, drones Isai Lazarovich from his collar. Frightened, in his entire life, he never got used to the fierce flashes of her temper. We wake up a neighbor, who has a telephone at home, and call the medical emergency. Nina Pokrovskaya, Verika, and Sevka. He's lost. The father gets pale. We rush into militia. On the way there, we encounter Dodka. Saying nothing, the father angrily turns back. Here you are, panicking again, asks Dodka. They will drive me mad. We start smoking. Where did you hang around? In militia. A kiosk near the railway station was broken into, so I asked the operative officer to accompany him. You know, they cleaned the kiosk very cleverly. Dodka flares up, yet he does not have time to tell me everything. Anna Grigoryevna shouts, flailing her stick. Scoundrel, rascal. Disturbed again. Dogs start barking. We hastily throw our cigarettes into snow. Anna Grigoryevna is rolling towards us like a thunderstorm cloud. You are attacking like Mazepa. Forward. Hooray! Shouts Dodka in Ukrainian, showing off his mother. Long live Ukraine, Poltavian watermelons and boiled water. Rascal, and the mother is laughing, with tears in her eyes. 2 or 3 minutes after, in the hot and garlic-smelling cabin, Anna Grigoryevna tries to pour a pan of hot milk into her son and rub his chest with turpentine for the cold. She passionately talks on her favorite subject of children's disobedience, that Dodka will not feed her when she gets old, and will throw her away from their house. Relishing her pity on herself, she paints the mental picture of her grim future. She begins a story of her coming to Dodka as a beggar woman with a walking stick in her hand, and he turns her out, giving her a stone instead of a piece of bread. And this story drives her to sweet tears. Weeping, she teaches her son, you will find yourself a wife, friends, but you will never get yourself another mother, you rascal. Oh, my dear mother, tragically whispers Dodka in Ukrainian and wrings his hands. Anna Grigoryevna begins to shake with laughter.